Okay, hey friends, it's Deb. Welcome back to Thriving Alcohol Free. I'm so happy you're here. And I am so excited. You guys, I am chatting today. We are going to meet Brooklyn Fahey of Dry Social. If you're not following her on Instagram, please do so. Her Instagram handle is Dry Social and her website is thedrysocial.com. But you guys, super excited. Today we're going to make an apple cider kind of sangria drink together. That's the mocktail we're going to kick off with. Brooklyn shared this recipe with me. And I was like, let's do it. Let's make a fun drink together. But I want to read, Brooklyn, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for,
having me. I'm so excited.
yes. Oh, I'm so happy to do this with you. You and I have been connected on Instagram and I just love your energy, what you share, and just the encouragement you provide for people who are on a sober, curious journey. So thank you for all that you do in the alcohol free space. It's really, really encouraging.
Yeah, of course. It's honestly like what keeps me going. I love
Oh.
the sober curious space, so I'm excited to talk.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to share your quick bio. Brooklyn is helping sober and sober curious people stay social. I can never read the bios. There we go, people. They all know. They know. Deb cannot read out loud. It's like I'm in second grade. Here we go. We're going to start over. Helping sober and sober curious people stay social without the hangover, sharing taste tests of non-alcoholic products, reviews, mocktails, and anything in between. So I love what you're doing. And I cannot wait to make this drink with you and hear about what is happening in the world of dry social. And you're in Arizona, is that right?
Yeah, I am. Yep, it's
Yes.
finally cooled down. It's like
I was going to say, you're wearing a sweater. What's happening in Arizona?
yeah, I mean, okay, it's going to be 90 degrees later, but I woke up to like 50s weather, so yeah,
Totally.
the
Yep.
desert,
Get out the parka.
it gets chilly at night here. It's going to be in like the 30s and 40s in the winter. In the
Nice.
mornings it gets crispy. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Nice. Very fun. And you are newly engaged. Is that right?
I am. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, yeah, since August. So super exciting. I
congratulations.
yeah. So I actually always envisioned myself celebrating my engagement with champagne. Like,
Okay.
you know, when you're like, yeah, that's just what you do.
Yep.
And my fiance had a bottle of non-alcoholic champagne ready for us after we got engaged. And I was just
Oh,
like, I didn't realize that that would be my new dream, would be something like that. So,
oh.
yeah, it was super, super fun. Got to have non-alcoholic champagne on the beach and watch the sunset in Hawaii. So it was very magical.
Oh, okay. I love that because I think for so many of us, we envision like events that are going to happen in our life,
Mm,
whether it's like for me, it was like my daughter's wedding or like for you
mm,
getting engaged, different stages in our life and these big events that happen. And we envision alcohol played a big
mhm.
role, right? Or it was like, how am I going to celebrate? I'll celebrate with my champagne or my sparkling, this or that. And so for you to have this huge milestone in your life and for your fiance to have your engagement with non-alcoholic champagne is magical.
Totally. Yeah. I feel like every time I'm in new events or like I just got a promotion at work, you always
Mm,
think about alcohol being something you celebrate with. And
yeah.
so to have like these alternatives now where I can still celebrate with something fun, it's really great. Yeah. It's what really makes me excited about being in this space. So, yeah.
That's so awesome. I love it. I love it. Yes, to be able to celebrate and not be like, "What am I gonna drink? There's nothing to drink." Like, now there
Mhm.
are so many options. Now, how long okay, wait, before we make our drink, how long have you been alcohol free? I can't remember. How long you been sober?
Um, well, we can touch on this more if once we
Okay,
get
yeah.
into my story, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
started cutting back on alcohol about 2.5 years ago, pretty
Okay.
much right out of college. Um,
Okay. You're
yeah,
so
so
young.
I'm super
Seriously,
young.
Brooklyn,
Yeah,
you're
I
starting this
just
off right. You're starting life off right. Look at you.
yeah, I just turned
Oh,
25, so and it was my golden birthday. So celebrating that alcohol free
oh.
was also a huge milestone for me. So, yeah, I mean, I never in college never thought about being alcohol free. Like I didn't think of it as an option. Um, so yeah, it's great. So, but I've been sober now for almost 5 months. So,
Okay.
I can
Okay.
talk a little bit more
Fantastic.
about like my sober
Perfect.
curious journey and shifting into that once we make our
Okay.
drink.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's make our drink and then I want to hear your story. Okay, let's do it. All right, so we are making an apple cider sangria-ish mocktail. We're both going to use a non-alcoholic spirit. I'm actually using let's see, let me grab my bottle. I already measured it all out, but I'm going to use Ritual rum. And I know you're using what, 3 spirit? Is that right?
Yeah, Three Spirits Nightcap. Yeah,
So
I really
good.
like this one. I mean, it's not the nighttime, but I still think it's really good. Kinda calms you down, has
Yeah.
those botanical spirits in it. Yeah, one of my
Very nice.
favorites.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
So I wanted to just highlight that because I feel like for anybody listening, you don't have like if you don't have exactly the non-alcoholic spirit that's on the mocktail, recipe or the not, the non-alcoholic cocktail recipe, it's okay to say, "Oh, I don't have a rum. Let me add a non-alcoholic whiskey or add like
Uh-huh.
a botanical or something like that, functional spirit." Okay. So I have a couple of sliced up apples. I have my glass already with ice in it. And
Mhm.
I think we're just gonna build it in the glass today. You could actually shake this up in a shaker if you want to. I'm gonna tuck a couple
Yeah.
of my apple slices in the side on the sides of my glass just to give it a little extra fall color here. You could
Mhm.
even
I got
tuck
an
in.
orange too.
Oh, look
Mhm.
at you with the sangria, very nice. I'm gonna tuck in a little, cinnamon stick. Let's do that.
Cute.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Look how pretty.
So
Okay.
cute.
Oh, that looks good. Okay,
Yeah.
love it. It's like arts and crafts with
Yeah,
drinks.
it is. Yeah.
Isn't it? It's
It's
so
looking
fun.
super cute already, and we haven't even
It
added the
we haven't added
liquid.
any liquid, and look how fun we're looking
Yeah,
already,
I love
seriously.
it.
Okay, so we're gonna do, about 4 ounces or so, it depends on how big your glass is, but maybe you could do, like, 3 or 4 ounces of your apple cider. So I'm using a spiced apple cider actually from I think it's from Costco, this one.
Mhm.
Okay, there's that. And then I'm gonna put in about half an ounce of lime juice.
Perfect.
Put that in, and I'm gonna add my non-alcoholic rum, adding that, and then we're gonna top it with some ginger beer. Do you have, like, a favorite ginger beer?
Yes. The Q mixers, the light ginger beer. Like,
So good.
I think the light is better than the normal. I don't know why. I think
Do you
it's like
Okay, so
spicier, crispier to me. I don't know.
it's, like, more effervescent maybe or something, a little more
Yeah,
sparkly?
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Q is my favorite. Q Mixer's, ginger
So
beer is my
good.
absolute favorite. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, perfect. Let's add a little bit of the ginger beer. Do that. Love it. Okay, I've got my stainless steel straw, which is my favorite. Never had a stainless steel straw before I stopped drinking. It
Mhm.
is my favorite way to drink.
Yeah.
It's a
It
stainless
keeps
steel
it
straw.
cold probably.
It keeps it cold, and then even, like, my big tumbler I drag around all
Mm.
day, I have a huge stainless steel straw in there.
There you
So,
go.
okay, Brooklyn, big time cheers to you.
Cheers. Mhm.
Seriously, thank you for being here today. You are just
Thanks for having
adorable,
me.
and to think that you are half my age
Uh,
and well on your way on your alcohol-free journey is incredible. So, okay, let's take a little sip here.
Cheers.
Mhm. Cheers, cheers. That is
Ooh,
fantastic.
that's
Very
actually so
nice.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Wow,
Good,
that's
good,
so
good.
good.
A little
Mm.
afternoon surprise for you.
Seriously, yeah. Yeah, that
Okay.
3 spirits in there is actually so good.
All right. A huge thanks to Go Brewing for sponsoring today's podcast. They are an award winning craft beer brewed for a better tomorrow. You guys, I absolutely love this brand. I know you already know that because I talk about them all the time. But when I order from Go Brewing, it gets delivered to me pretty much faster than an Amazon package. It comes here. It's kind of like non alcoholic beer teleportation. Their lineup is awesome. I love that they offer a fully gluten free line. It's in their Freedom series. So if you're looking for gluten free, non alcoholic beer, check out the Freedom line. They also have electrolyte drinks. Their assembly line is an electrolyte drink that's delicious. My personal favorite, though, is the New School Sour. I don't know. I just love this. This one in particular is a strawberry and blueberry flavor. But if you're looking for some better brews, without the booze, check out Go Brewing. I'll put a link in the show notes. Use code Mocktail Mom. That'll get you a discount. But big time cheers to a better tomorrow. Okay, so 5 months ago, well, why don't you share your story? Because it didn't start 5 months ago when you became alcohol free. So how did you get to that place? What got you to
Yeah.
stop drinking?
So, I actually grew up with a lot of people in my life that were alcoholics, functional alcoholics, and so growing up around that, I always subconsciously, especially when I became a teenager, was worried that that would maybe be my path or just thought that that's maybe how my life would go as well. And
Mm,
so, I was thinking this morning, I was like, wow, I started drinking when I was like 15 years old. And
Wow.
I'm just like, wow, like, I can't believe that that's the culture that we're brought into, like in high school, drinking's super pushed. In college, even more. Like the drinking
Yeah.
culture I was around it was a lot. Like, I mean, I went to a small school. We didn't have anything else to do besides like drink. So,
Yeah.
um, in the back of my mind, I always thought drinking really isn't for me, but I always felt like this pressure to drink, and so I would. And I cannot handle my alcohol very well. If I have more than a couple drinks, I would be sick all the time. The hangovers were brutal. I couldn't do anything the next day. We've all we
Yeah.
all know how that is. So,
Yeah.
my senior year of college, actually my 21st birthday, we went to Vegas. So excited for that. I had never been. My parents got me this like really cool suite at the Wynn. I was like excited to
Wow.
go on the strip, have like a really fun birthday. The day of my birthday, we went to the like hotel pool,
Okay.
and that was the first time I had blacked out. Like had never I was probably like in the pool for like 5 or 6 hours. I don't remember getting out of the pool, and all I remember is waking up severely sunburnt,
Oh.
naked in a shower, like in my
Oh
hotel
my gosh.
bathroom, like so sick, so ill. And it was only like 6 p.m. And everyone's like, "We gotta get ready for dinner. Dinner's at 9." And I'm like, "What happened? Like,
Oh my
why
gosh.
am I here?" Like, and I'm 21. Like, this is the start of like me actually legally being able to drink. And so I
Wow.
was sick all night. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't keep anything down. Like, I was so ill. And I felt really like bad about myself. And then I don't know, I had a couple more experiences like that where I just would drink, I'd get sick. And so my senior year of college, I started really evaluating my drinking habits because I felt
Mm.
like every night there was an excuse to drink, wine Wednesday, thirsty Thursdays, Saturdays, Fridays, all that. Like
Sure.
basically
Mondays.
drinking,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mondays, like Tuesday, I felt like was maybe the only day I didn't drink. And so I started like really evaluating my drinking habits, and I was just like, I
Mm.
don't know if I can do this anymore, but I felt such a pressure, and it's no one's fault. It's my decision to drink. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people probably at that age just continue to let the pressure build. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of people who also feel the same way at that age. Like, I don't want to drink tonight. Like, I've been hungover every night, but there's just this like huge pressure to continue to do it. And so halfway through my senior year, I was like, I need to figure out a way to like cut back. And
Mm.
so, and I felt so much pressure from my roommates, and none of it's their fault, but I had my own little fridge in my bedroom, and I would take White Claw cans and I would dump them in the sink when nobody was home, like everyone was at class, and I'd fill them with water, and then I would put them back in my fridge. And when we were getting ready to go out or come downstairs and like pregame, I would just bring my water White Claw down with me and pretend I was drinking.
Wow.
Um, but people kind of started to catch on because I'd be like, "Oh, I can drive us to the bar or
They're
drive
like,
us
you've been
down the
drinking
street." And
White
they're like,
Claws all night.
"Yeah." And they're like, or like later that night, I'm like, "I can drop so and so off at their house." And they're like, "Wait, you've been drinking?" And I was like, "Actually," I finally had to give it up. Like, I actually haven't been. I've been like faking it. And so then they're like, "You're no fun," all that kind of stuff. And so then I'm like, "Ah, like, why can't I win?" So yeah, after I graduated, I've been super into fitness. Like, I started seriously weightlifting my freshman year of college, but I wasn't seeing like any results because I was drinking, eating poorly, all those things. And so when I graduated college, I moved in with my now fiance, and he was like, "You should just cut back on drinking for like a couple months just to see how you feel, see if you lose some weight, which is what you want, see if you tone up at the gym." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, like, I mean, I haven't been loving drinking lately, so sure, I'll do it." And so it was like May of 2023, right after I graduated college, I cut drinking out for I think it was 4 or 5 months, and
Okay.
I was like, "Wow, I feel so different." Um,
Really?
yeah, I felt amazing, and I was like, "I should have just done this, like, sooner," but I didn't think it was, like, possible, and not having the pressures of drinking around me and having somebody that cares about me encouraging me to step back was really
Mm.
great, and so during that time, it was the summer, I had just gotten my first job, and I was seeing, like, mocktail videos popping up on Instagram and TikTok and, like, words about, like, being sober curious, and I was like, "What is
Interesting.
this, like, sober curious stuff?" And people like you who have been in the space
Mm.
for quite a long time, like, I was like, "These people are these people are amazing." Like, you have, like, a huge following of people that you're supporting and people that have been in the sober space for years, and I just was like, "Wow, this is so inspiring," and I
Oh,
always had wanted to start my own business on top of that, and I didn't know what that would be. I was in an entrepreneurship program for a couple years in college, trying to figure out, like, if I could start a business out of college, what would that be?
hmm.
And it just all started, like, clicking. I was like, "I should just start an Instagram like these people," and I had been
I
making
love it.
mocktails already, and
I
I
love it.
love, like, making videos. I had always, like, filmed myself as a kid in my bedroom, all that kinda stuff,
Really?
so
Oh, really?
yeah.
You need to put some throwback videos up on your
I'll
social,
see if
like,
I
I've
can
been
find it, I know.
Yeah,
Or, like
you grew up in the era where you actually record, like, you were videotaping yourself, right? I grew up
Yeah.
we didn't have that when I was growing up.
Right? Or my brother and I would pretend to do music videos, or I
Oh,
would,
that's
like,
so cute.
I do, like, get readies with me in my mirror, no camera, all
Oh,
that kinda stuff,
oh,
so I was like, I already feel kind of comfortable in front of the camera. I mean, it
good.
took some warming up, but yeah, I just was like, I think this is where I wanna go, and, like, Dry Social, the name just kinda, like, hit me. I didn't really
It's
have to,
so
like, think
perfect.
too hard about it. Yeah, and I was like, "'Kay." It wasn't taken on Instagram. I was like, "Awesome."
You're check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'll take
I
it.
was like yeah. So, I started Dry Social and, just, like, instantly felt, like, super welcomed into the community even when
Oh,
I had, like, 100 followers, people
great.
started, like, reaching out. But yeah, I started kind of being on this, like, sober curious journey. I was like, I'm gonna allow myself to drink for special occasions or whatnot. Um, and then more recently, I've been like, okay, why am I sober curious and not sober? Like, why
Mhm.
do I allow myself to have, like, this excuse of, well, maybe during a wedding I'll have something to drink, or maybe when I celebrate, or maybe if I go out with friends and I feel like having a drink, I'm going to. But every time I allowed myself to have a drink, I felt so, like, this, like, guilt inside me that was like, "This isn't what I actually want," and
Mm,
then I would have the hangover again, and I felt like I had to restart, and I'd be like, "Dang, I was sober for, like, 6 months, and I decided to have a margarita," or, like, "Dang, I went a whole month during, a sober challenge. I felt amazing, and then I gave in to, like, going out one night and having a drink." So, um after it was, like, right before, Dry July this year, I started
okay.
working with, No Booze Crew, so I host on their platform on Sundays now, and I
Oh,
was
good.
just, like, meeting some more, like, amazing women, and I was like, "Okay, I think I can do this. I can give it up officially. Like, I feel so much more amazing. I'm in this amazing community." And so,
Mm,
yeah, it was like right before Dry July, and I just was like, I'm done. And I'm like, I really hope I never look back. So,
yeah, yeah, you're
yeah,
not looking back for sure, you're looking
yeah,
forward, and
exactly.
it's like as you keep moving, I mean, you're so young, but, like, just the windshield of your life, right, is so much bigger than that tiny rearview mirror, we're
Hmm.
not focused on that, we're focused on the future, which is so bright for you, and I love how you said, like, how you got the Dry Social, Instagram was available. You were already like almost practicing that dry social life when you were putting water in your White Claws. Like you were
Mhm.
already
Yeah.
living like you've kind of just always been that. It's just so organically happened where you like want to be social, but have also wanted to stay dry different times.
Yes. Yeah,
I mean, it's
exactly. Yeah.
beautiful how it's just happened for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that
name is
was
so perfect. The name is so
yeah.
perfect.
That was kind of like the push to do it was I want people to realize they can have a life outside of alcohol and
Yeah.
people, I think a lot one thing that stopped me a lot of times was being outside of, my house or whatever, going out and being social, and you always think you need to have a drink. And so I think that's what stops a lot of people from wanting to take the next step is they think, "Okay, if I'm in a social situation, how do I make it through without having a drink in my hand?" And
Yep.
so I just feel like the space is evolving so quickly, like every restaurant in my area I go to now, they at least have something available on the menu. I've been able to learn how to craft my own mocktail and tell the bartender, "Can you just do something like this?"
It's
So there's
awesome.
always opportunity to still have a drink in your hand. It just doesn't have to be alcohol. So
Yeah, yeah. And I love what you said, like when those times when you would go back, like, but you were like, then you'd feel like, this isn't what I really want. And I feel
Mhm.
like for so many of us, like we kind of, when we're kind of getting to this space of really living an alcohol free lifestyle, there's those so many of those times where it's like literally I'd be drinking my Chardonnay and I'd be like, this isn't what I really
Mm.
want. But it was like, it's just like the old habits and the old ways of doing
Mhm.
things, or I'm with people and it's all my friends and we all drink wine when we're together, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever the situation is. So yeah, yeah, I love that. Really honing in on like, what is it that you really want? That's
Mhm.
okay to be, it's not just okay. It's how we should be, right? Is authentic to
Right.
ourselves.
Mhm.
That's true freedom. So love it. Okay. I love that I'm so inspired because honestly, to be so young, I'm not trying to like put you down that you're young. Like, I think it's
Oh, it's
incredible.
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I just love that, like, you're starting out your life with your future husband. You guys, what you said, told me you're going to be traveling to
Yeah.
Asia, and that like alcohol is not going to be playing a role. You're not going to wake
Mm-mm.
up the day after your wedding and not remember your vows.
Right.
You're going to be 100% present, and to have these incredible life moments, and be 100% present is such a gift you're giving to yourself and your future children. I'm just going to say that because you're going to have cute little
Yeah.
Brooklyns running around one day.
Yeah. That that's other things I evaluate quite often is, like, I tell my fiance's name is SJ. I tell him all the time, I'm like, "I wanna be the parent and the grandparent that they say, 'I have never seen Grandma Brooklyn
Mom.
or my mom drink.' Like, I've never seen it." And so I'm like, I really want that for my kids.
Mm,
And, I'm like, I'm so excited to plan my wedding and have a full mocktail menu. Like, you have
I
no
love it.
clue. I'm so excited. And I'm really excited to go on this like international trip and not have any alcohol where like drinking culture in Japan and South Korea is huge. So it's going to be a real like test to,
Good.
what I truly want for myself. And I'm excited. And it really helps that my fiance also, he's not fully sober, but he also lives a very active lifestyle. And for 95% of the time, he's also not drinking. And so that it really helps. I think me personally, and I know that can be a struggle for a lot of people, is the people in your life are deciding that alcohol is still a part of their life. And so, you know, you really have to be like, okay, what do I want for myself? Because I can't change the other people around me. Um, and so I
That is
think
so
though,
true.
yeah, I think with my habits, it's definitely helped other people in my life like evaluate their drinking habits. And so that's been really amazing to see. But I've also realized, like, if he wants to have a drink, that's his choice. And I can't control that. So I just have to control how I feel and be okay with it. So,
I love that. I love
yeah.
that. I think that's so true. It's like, especially like if, I mean, my husband, actually doesn't drink, but he's not sober on purpose. He's
Hmm.
like more like I'm accidentally sober. Like I just wanted to moderate. He just has never hasn't had a drink in years and years and could care less. But if
Yeah.
he did, it would be like if we went out and he had a gin and tonic, like it wouldn't trigger me, and
Hmm.
it wouldn't bother me. But at the same time, it's really nice that like he and I do obviously we'll go out or whatever, and it's not I don't feel pressure to be
Yeah.
drinking or anything. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. I feel like the word trigger that you brought up is something that I still have to work on because
Yep.
I definitely get really bothered when I'm around people that are getting
Yeah.
drunk and out of control, and it's like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
I have the choice to, I can drive back home and leave, I
Yep.
can maybe decide, okay, I'm not going to put myself in a situation tonight where I'm going to be around people that are drunk because personally I still am working on
Yeah.
that feeling of being triggered by other people's habits. And so, I think
Yep.
that's definitely something a lot of people probably struggle with is it's hard to put yourself in a situation where you're probably going to be one of the only sober ones and other people are, you know, acting maybe out of control or they're judging you for not drinking. So,
Right.
yeah, it's definitely something that that's where I feel like I need to work on. It's not so much like feeling like, "Oh, man, I wish I was having a drink with them." It's more so, "Oh, man, like, I need to maybe step away from this situation because it's making me feel uncomfortable."
Totally,
Yeah.
and that's totally okay. Yep, to
Mhm.
leave early or, like, to Uber home or
Mhm.
whatever. Yes, especially when things start getting sloppy or, like yeah, one thing if, like,
Yeah.
my husband's having, like, a gin and tonic or whatever, but, like, if, like, everybody around me is getting drunk, no thank you, like, there's no way
Mhm.
I would personally be so uncomfortable because it was
Yeah.
just like, it's not fun unless it wasn't fun
No.
unless I was the one doing it with them, right? I mean,
Right,
that's
yeah.
the only reason. I mean, literally, it's not
Mhm.
fun. If you're the sober person, no, that's miserable. So, yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
miserable, I guess, if you are that I was that person at one point,
Mhm.
but, waking up the next day, it was miserable, but it's like, it's miserable if you're in the midst of that and you're not drinking. No, I think
Right,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's like, "Nope, time to go home. No problem. Love
Mhm.
you all. I'll see you next time." Yeah,
Yeah,
no
I'm going to bed
judgment,
at
no nothing. I'm headed to bed. I gotta
Yeah,
get up early for work or whatever. I gotta go
exactly.
home and wash my
Mhm.
hair. Goodbye.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you said a lot of restaurants that you go to have mocktails on the menu or non-alcoholic options. If they don't, is there something like that you'll ask the bartender to make for you, or what's kinda like your favorite, your go-to?
Yeah, so I typically go classic, just club soda with lime, but I ask them to put it in a really cute glass if they can, because I
Yeah.
hate when they put it in, like, the 16-ounce, like, soda thing. I'm like,
Yeah, it has
"No,
like a
I want
Pepsi
a cu
logo on it.
yeah, I want a
Yeah,
cute
yeah.
glass," but then I'll ask them to do, like, a splash of cranberry juice or cranberry juice and orange juice,
Great.
something like that, just super easy, and then my other favorite one is ginger beer with lime and cranberry juice, just something they can throw together. I think the ginger beer always makes me feel a little fancier, and I always say, "If you have a copper mug, can you please put it in a copper mug?" Because
Oh,
it
love it.
tastes better and I feel included, like, why can't I have a
Totally.
cute glass? Yeah.
Totally. That's what it's all it's just yeah, it just makes you feel nice, makes you feel like completely a part of the party still, just like when you were holding your
Right.
White Claws with the water in it.
Mhm.
Same thing. Now you have your copper cup or fancy glass, and you're just enjoying a drink, and you don't have to wake up with a hangover. So, do you have
Exactly.
any favorite okay, so I'm sure you have favorites because you drink a lot of the non-alcoholic options.
Mhm.
If you had, like, one ready-to-drink can that you could buy, is there one, like, your favorite or, like, a go-to that you kinda keep purchasing over and over? Like, for me, it's Wild Wonder. I buy when I every
Mm.
time I go to Whole Foods practically.
Yeah, Wild Wonder is so good. So, Beckett's Tonics is my favorite.
So good.
I It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad to
I
hear you say that. I love
Yeah,
Beckett.
I love Beckett's. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
amazing. I love the company, the people that work there.
Same, same.
They're
The
amazing, and
nicest, yeah, they're the
so
nicest. Yep.
good. I was a huge margarita drinker before I cut back, and so their margarita has is one of my favorites. So, it's nice to
I
find
love
an
that.
alternative. Yeah.
Yeah, and they came out with, like, the little it's like a margarita pack. I wanna say it has, like, a
Mhm.
strawberry margarita, lime margarita, I forget what the other flavors were,
Yeah,
but
I did a taste test on my Instagram of those, so
did
yeah.
you? Okay, did
Mhm.
you? Did you have one that was your favorite? Do you remember which one was your favorite?
Um,
Or
I
you
think
like
it
them
was
all?
the strawberry because I think it was the strawberry or the raspberry, but I'm not a pineapple
Okay,
person, so
okay.
I told everyone I'm a little biased, I don't like
Yeah.
pineapples, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that way with the raspberry because 'cause I'm allergic to raspberry, so, like, a
Oh,
lot some
okay.
certain drinks or whatever, I'm like, "Okay, I'm sure this one's delicious because I like the other ones from this brand, but I just can't
Yeah,
can't try this one."
yeah.
How about, like, a non-alcoholic wine? Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic wine? Or,
Um,
like, a top one? I
sure
know obviously there's tons. Yeah.
yeah, Shirley is my favorite personally.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah, they have, like, canned, they have the bottles, all that, so, yeah, I'd say
I'm
that's
a fan of
definitely
the
my top.
cans.
Mhm, yeah.
Okay. Alright, Brooklyn, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you
Seriously.
so much for having me. This has been
Your
amazing.
story oh, it's so good to talk to you, and your story is not only inspiring to someone, a Gen Xer like myself, but I know your story is gonna be so inspiring to younger listeners, women
Mhm.
who are just starting out their careers, newly out of college, or even in college and struggling
Mhm.
with that
Yeah.
pressure of like, "Okay, how do I go to a frat party, or how do I socialize in college and hang
Mhm.
out and not drink?" So thank you for
Right.
being an example and for taking the time to share your story. It's really, really meaningful. So thank
Yeah,
you.
of course. Thank you so much for having me. It's always so inspiring to have these conversations and just keep opening the door for people of all ages, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Everyone, yeah, everyone's on their journey. So thanks,
Yeah. Yeah.
Deb.
Okay. Big time cheers to you. Seriously. This was
Cheers.
so fun. So,
Woohoo.
so fun.